You have to watch this.
What the hell is going on? Teen takeovers. They've got children running through shopping centres, terrorising people, smashing up shops, attacking strangers, filming it for social media like it's entertainment. Parents, please get a grip on your children. Seriously, what happened to parenting? What happened to standards? What happened to raising children to respect people, respect themselves, and understand the consequences? Some of you don't know where your kids are. You don't know who they're with. You don't know what they're doing. And your child, I get told they ignore your texts like you're powerless. Like, how is this the case? Who's paying for the phone? Who's putting food on the table? Who's responsible for that child? You. You are. Your children. You're responsible for them. And before anybody comes for me, right, before they do, I'm not having you blaming the schools, the police, the social media, the government, or society. Like, seriously, this starts at home. You are the parent. Lead your family. Sit your children down. Look them in the eye. Draw the line. Uphold the boundaries. Follow through with consequences. Because right now, too many parents are terrified of upsetting their children. How is this? How? This is weak leadership. And you know what it's doing? It's creating lost children. You cannot raise children with no accountability and then act shocked when they run wild in public. This isn't kids being kids. This is a breakdown of parenting and responsibility. There's a parenting crisis happening. And trust me, the consequences are coming because the police, they're intervening. There's going to be criminal records, courtrooms, fines, prison sentences, not just for some of these kids, but for you parents too. You cannot keep saying, well, I don't know what my child is doing. That excuse is done. It's done. Did you learn nothing over the last 22 years watching families struggle and transform? Did you not learn from watching me the importance of your leadership? Kids need that. And they need boundaries and love. Children need parents willing to parent. So step up. This is your wake-up call. Pull yourselves together because it starts at home and it starts now.
What we haven't fully realized yet is that in a lot of families, teenagers are no longer just growing up. They are becoming emotionally untouchable. They are becoming psychologically dominant and impossible to correct. And before anyone gets defensive, this is not one of those kids are bad kind of video. It's just to expose where we are right now as a society. And it's even more strange that the dynamics is playing in their favor, like they're becoming more powerful than their parents. There was a time when parents shaped the emotional climate of every home, but now it feels like parents are negotiating emotional stance with their teenagers or kids generally. It's even more sad that a lot of parents are scared that their kids will stop talking to them or stop being emotionally available, or will spiral or even expose them online. The fear of being a bad parent is now the reality of causing bad parenting itself.
And in case anybody is confused about how them teen takeovers happen, let me tell you how it happens. Just look at my comment section. That's how it happened. Look at the parents in my comment section talking about, if you need to know all the information about where your kid going, just keep them. It be their kids. Because they don't need all the details. Kid be like, Mom, I'm going to Jasmine house. The mother be like, okay. And that's the end of that. Mama don't know if Jasmine mama gonna be home. Mama don't need to talk to Jasmine mama. Mama don't know if a daddy in the house. Mama don't know if it's older brothers or younger brothers in the house. Mama don't know if pedophile uncle or cousin in the damn house. Mama don't even got the house address. She just met Jasmine once and she let her baby go on over to Jasmine house at the tender age of 15 years old. Go ahead, ain't asking no questions. All she asks is, where you going? She said, Jasmine house. I'll be back later. Don't even know what damn time the baby coming back. And that's okay. And that's how you see these teen takeover events happening. You see on the news, then it is you watching and you say, is that Jasmine and my daughter? That's them. That's your baby right there in that crop top and them little ass shorts right there. Oh, she didn't have that on when she left the house? Oh, okay. Because you didn't ask no damn questions. You didn't ask shit. You never do.
Parents are even scared of their kids, accusing them of being toxic. And so discipline is out the window, or at least becomes inconsistent. Boundaries are disappearing and parenting has become such a blur that anybody can do what they want to do. Now you have households everywhere where the teenagers seem to control the mood. They say, I don't want to do this, and that's what is going to happen. They say, I don't want to go to bed, and that's what's going to happen. As much as I have my reservations about growing up in some typical African homes, I think it is a blessing. I'm not talking about this new generation 2026 African homes where parents are going to schools to go and harass teachers for correcting their kids, where mothers are willingly throwing in their stupidity and just exposing themselves online just because they want to be the it mom, where you're indecently dressing alongside your daughter just because you want to make her feel like you're the mom. I speak of a time when you knew from just the look on your mother's face the next line of action you were supposed to take. Communication was non-verbal. There was a stare you would get from your mom and you knew exactly what she wanted you to do. When she would send you on an errand to get her water and you would ask her, Mommy, where do I keep it? And she tells you, put it on my head. And you knew that the last place you wanted to keep that water was on her head. Truly, social media raised an entire generation based on algorithm. But hey, those people who bettered them before the social media raised them, what happened to them? Didn't they know that they had roles and responsibilities? We don't all have to pay for you becoming a parent. And this is a very uncomfortable part, that a lot of parenting these days is centered around one line. What did you experience? It does sound beautiful until fear replaces structure. Some parents are so focused on being emotionally safe than they are willing to be emotionally strong. If you grew up under the conditions that I grew up in, perhaps you would understand that the times that we have now, we don't have a lot of parents anymore. We just have people birthing kids and hoping that somehow they would raise themselves. I was having a conversation with a mentee once, and she was telling me how that she was getting ready to have a first boyfriend. And as conversation tilted, I told her, I said, it's interesting how you're very confident about telling me how you want to have a relationship. During my time, we did not. But it was also interesting that during the period, everybody would tell you, don't have a relationship. And then one day you wake up and they're asking you, when are you getting married? You just wake up and tell me, get a boyfriend or get married. When you were the same person telling me not to have a relationship, it's the same space where parents just expect time to solve everything. You're not putting in the effort. You're not teaching me how to go. But somehow I'm supposed to grow up and be the it child just because you felt like not teaching me right would make you the it mom. Now we have a lot of teenagers who have very low tolerance for criticism, for correction, for rejection, for limits, and for redirection. We better do better. The real crisis is not teenagers becoming more powerful. The real crisis is that most adults or parents don't even know how to lead emotionally without becoming either absent, controlling, or fearful. Healthy parenting requires something that modern parenting is struggling very hard to produce: emotionally regulated adults. And there is no way we're going to get out of this quagmire if we don't do right. We need adults who can enforce boundaries without cruelty, those who can listen without surrendering authority, those who can validate feelings without surrendering structure, and those who can actually raise kids into a society without collapsing that society. Because eventually every teenager becomes an adult. And the question would move from did you feel seen to did you prepare them? Were they equipped enough for the next phase of their lives, which is adulthood? If you have enjoyed this video, if this video spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up.
Drop your kid off and you fail to supervise them, or you let them skip school to join the chaos, you are going to face fines, court-ordered classes, and possible jail time. And as we grapple with this...
Sounds very militant and authoritarian to me. So parents in the DC area, especially the Navy Yard waterfront, make sure your kids are home by 11 p.m. or it's jail time for you.